As mentioned in previous videos, PTO mode features can be customized and tailored for each application using PACCAR Vehicle Pro. This video will walk you through programming settings specific to remote PTO functions with PACCAR MX engines. To perform these functions, your truck must be equipped with the updated Kenworth multiplex electronic system introduced in October 2018 on all 2.1 meter cab models. For an overview on how to use PACCAR Vehicle Pro and how to flash a truck using Davy, see the video in this series titled Programming in PACCAR Vehicle Pro. Once the truck's configuration file is open in PVP, scroll to the PTO Mode Configuration section. In order for remote PTO to function, the type of PTO control, parameter S518, needs to be configured to Remote Station or Cabin Remote Station. Keep in mind that a cab remote dash switch is required when cab and remote station is selected. The cab remote switch allows the operator to toggle between the two stations. Next, we will configure the throttle control while in remote PTO mode. The cab accelerator pedal can be disabled to eliminate the possibility of a higher engine RPM being commanded from the throttle while working in remote PTO mode, and possibly damaging the equipment. Enabling and disabling the cab accelerator can be done in the PTO mode control configurations by changing the Enable Cab Accelerator in Remote Station PMC parameter. Maximum engine speed can also be limited while in remote PTO mode under the PTO Remote Station Limits section by setting N552 and N553. Changing the N552 parameter to 1500 will not allow the engine speed to exceed 1500 RPM when using the cab accelerator or a remote throttle. Changing N553 to 1750 will not allow the engine to exceed 1750 RPM when increasing engine speed through the presets or ramping the engine using remote switches. Keep in mind that presets cannot be set higher than engine speed limits in PTO mode. Several interlocks can be programmed that will not allow the throttle or PTO speed control to be active until all interlock conditions are cleared. The PTO mode interlocks can be found in the PTO Remote Station Engine Speed Control Interlock section in PACCAR Vehicle Pro. There are 4 predefined interlocks that can be turned on which will disable PTO speed control until cleared. These are the clutch interlock, neutral interlock, park brake interlock, and the service brake interlock. Each of these interlocks can be programmed independently and set to either disable PTO speed control only or disable PTO speed control and throttle control. Note that the service brake interlock can be set to trip when the service brake is pressed by enabling N584 or set to trip when the service brake is released by enabling N585. A custom interlock is also available that can be configured to trip based on a signal from pin 2 on the 8-pin connector. The custom interlock can be wired to a safety switch on the body to disable PTO speed control. The custom interlock can be set to engage when the switch circuit is closed by selecting active ground, or can be set to engage when the circuit is open by selecting active open circuit. This setting can be found in the PTO, cab and/or remote station, engine speed control interlock section. The speed at which the engine ramps up and down can be adjusted by changing the values in the Remote Station Engine Speed Control Options section. Changing N554 and N555 will modify how fast the engine ramps up and down when being controlled from a remote PTO controller. In this example, we will change the setting so the engine accelerates or decelerates at a rate of 200 RPMs per second. When bumping the engine speed up or down from a remote PTO controller, the increments can be set by adjusting N559 and N560. The default setting is a 50 RPM change for each commanded bump. To modify the remote preset settings, scroll to the PTO Remote Station Presets section. The functions of pins 6 and 7 on the 8-pin connector can be changed to command dedicated presets or toggle through 6 different presets. When N576 is set to dedicated, pin 7 will command the minus preset and pin 6 will command the plus preset. In this case, preset minus is set to 800 RPM and preset plus is set to 900 RPM. If N576 is set to toggle, pins 6 and 7 will toggle through 6 programmable presets which can be set using N562 through N567. Pins 3, 4, and 5 on the 8-pin connector are custom presets, which can be set to either latch or momentary. For more information on latching versus momentary presets, see the video titled Remote Presets and Interlocks. Finally, scrolling up, we find the application road speed limiter settings. In order to function, the application road speed limiter must be turned on using the N311 parameter. Next, the maximum vehicle speed while the limiter is active can be set by changing the value of N313. In this case, we are limiting the truck to 10 miles per hour when the application road speed limiter is active. The final step to configuring the limiter is to set whether it will be active when the circuit on the 12-pin connector is closed or whether it will be active when the circuit is open. If N315 is set to off, the application speed limiter will be active if the switch were to fail, creating an open circuit. While this video explains the basic remote PTO features that can be customized on the PACCAR MX engine, there are many more settings that can be found in PACCAR Vehicle Pro. For more advanced features, make sure to download a copy of the PACCAR MX Engine Programming Guide. The entire programming guide can be found by clicking on any parameter in PACCAR Vehicle Pro. The guide will provide detailed information on each parameter.